Sup guys, welcome back to what is going to be one of very few videos this season. I'm still on a break with some friends in an alliance called Redeemers. This video actually is still from off-season, I think, against Node 37 Killmonger, going in with a very low health Symbiote Supreme, which you'll see how this goes. But this video is otherwise just a mix mash of a few different fights from several wars so far this season. I'm mainly doing a backup role here, using pretty much just Symbiote Supreme and Spidey Supreme for a few select fights per war, just to help out, as I'm otherwise taking a bit of a backseat and really just kind of chilling. Still taking a proper approach to it though. I'm, boosting appropriately and whatever, but yeah, I'm otherwise wouldn't bother. But anyway, as we get back into this fight, you can see how amazing Symbiote Supreme is doing for this. I expected him to do well. This was kind of more experimental. I obviously still have only slightly less than low health that I started with, but we've absolutely destroyed him there. Coming up now, we've got Node 45 Nova, again with Symbiote Supreme. Yeah, it's a conflictor node. Symbiote doesn't really care about hazard shift as long as you can get the SP3 and SP2 on. As long as I hit block a bunch of times at the start, I can prevent the purification from the tactic, which means I can safely place debuffs without it triggering conflictor. Healing from a bit of armor break there. Nova doesn't get as many buffs as I'd like, so the fueling up Sym Supreme is a little slower than normal, which is absolutely fine. We get the SP3 and we can go to town. This by now I think is in season as well. Truth be told, I can't really remember though if that's for certain or not. Special 2 is going to power still to keep it in check, and it just really nukes very, very hard. Sym Supreme is definitely going to be my next ascension. And yeah, special 3 to finish off here. Some of these fights that we're coming up to are the first time I'm taking them. I didn't really use Sym a lot last season in DSVG, and I definitely didn't take Nova very often either. Now we've got a Serpent who has become my bitch so far this season. I seem to be on Serpent duty all the time. And this is Node 46. So he's going to get enhanced special gain. You don't need me to tell you what the node's all about. But again, we're just going to do our thing. I think we're using a Power Star 1 here. We'll see in a second. We've also got Mordo Synergy, which essentially puts me at 3 bars to start with. So that's 1 bar from the Synergy, 1 bar from PS1, and then the few nodes buffs that Serpent has to start with will send me up to 3 bars with 5 Mystic Dispersion. So now we can start our rotation. We're already back to 2 bars. Power still. I think in this fight Serpent doesn't get to fire a single special, which is really nice and kind of the way you want it to go. It's usually the routine that you want to follow when using Sym Sup. I'm bored of saying his name already, as good as he is. And yeah, we are just chopping him down. Steal a bit more power, back up to 3 bars. Yeah, really pleased with how this is going. I feel very comfortable, mixture of the two. Taking this fight now. Now we're just going to wait out his death immunity. He does gain a lot of power here, that's fine. I did get a bit lucky in him not throwing a special 3 there. It wouldn't have done me much harm at all anyway, but it's nice to keep up the trend of him not throwing anything. And he's down. Moving on to whatever next war it was now, we've got, we're doing some Path 5 stuff. So this was my first time taking Nova on Path 5. Now we're getting to use Spidey Supreme a little bit. One of my teammates wasn't having so much fun against this guy, so I wanted to have it, give it a go. Spidey Sup is perfect for this, in that he can obviously, his astral form will make Nova miss, and I get easy openings for intercept due to, again, astral form. And it doesn't place debuffs, so I don't have to worry about immunity. So we're just going to spam special ones until we can get up to the Spidey buffs. This particular fight is actually quite sloppy. As you'll see, I make a few mistakes, that getting parried being the first one. But in turn, this fight's also a really nice demonstration of Spidey's safety nets there and how it got me out of trouble. Mostly. Got rid of my indestructible. Don't need it. Yeah, pretty pleased with how this is going. Brain fart moment now where I knock him down, thinking it was the earlier node, but obviously I need to be intercepting. That's fine, I still do a decent chunk. I can get parried there, but he immediately misses me, and once again my wife managed to call me even though Do Not Disturb was on, so that's something to look out for going forward. Yeah, I've failed my last couple of intercepts there, still doing some decent damage, but now we're just going to finish him off. Again, he does catch me and astral form saves my arse. So yeah, really pleased with how that went as a first time. There is one more of those coming up, which goes a lot cleaner, but until then, we've now got a big rank 3, very chunky Deathless King Groot on node 41. We're going in with Symbiote Supreme again. Again, none of these have been tried and tested yet, so I'm very much just having faith in the champion's abilities. I've got Mordo Synergy for most of these, which is a really nice extra little buff there. Again, using a power start 1 gets us straight to 3 bars at the start, nullify the Furies. I know that his special 2 is going to be unblockable, and I'm just counting on him not being able to throw it despite power focus 2. Probably a bit lucky there that he didn't throw it, but now we can start our rotation and finish this guy off nice and quickly. I forgot to note at the start how much health he had, but it was a lot. Beyond halfway, another special 3. He still hasn't fired his special 2. I think I do eat one, unless it's a later fire, I can't remember. I guess we'll wait and see. Bish bash. That was 114k crit. Very happy with that. Full health. Almost. And we can move on to the next. It's another Serpent on node 46. Yeah, like I said, it's a little bit repetitive, this video perhaps, so feel free to turn off, but I wasn't really planning on making this video, but there are some fights I wanted to keep and I want to save space on my phone, which was the whole point of this channel to start with, so sorry, not sorry. And it's good practice for me, and you can see that if I can do it consistently, I'm not always a scrub. Most of the time I am, but that's all good. I can set myself the challenge of Serpent never throwing a special against me. I think I was using less power backs this time. This was a 150 versus a 200 that I used before, so it is, you can see the difference. And once again, Serpent hasn't thrown a single special. Just dreading this tactic ending, because this guy's going to be much more of a bastard, I think. Although it would be interesting to see how effective his good counters so far still are, and if it really is down to tactic attack, or if it's just down to the counters being as good as they are. Immediately onto another Serpent. This one's node 5. So this time I'm using Spidey Supreme rather than Symbiote, which made a nice change. This was quite a fun fight. This was the wall just gone, I think. So we follow this up with another Path 5 fight afterwards, but in the meantime we've got Wag's pre-fight on so that I can parry safely after knockdown because we'll be debuff immune. Being Node 5, his protection will go down after knockdown rather, and I don't need to worry about intercepts. So yeah, just get my prowess up to help control power gain, spam special ones until I've got 20 what's name charges, and then we're going to get to special 2. Missed the deck's either failed or I just missed it, I can't remember. Lost my indestructible. Special 2 doesn't do much because protection was up, but that's okay. Spidey's a really safe champion to use. He's very squishy, but he does hit very hard, and as we saw from the previous fight against Nova, he does have a lot of safeguarding. Safety nets rather. Don't want to make it sound like he's another future Ant-Man, because he protects himself in different ways. And yeah, we're doing some big damage here and really going to town, and you can just see Serpent's power reversing there, which is mainly Spidey's utility, which is really, really impressive. I love using this champ, and it's really nice to be able to get plenty out of him now with the tactic helping him out, because he, do hate to say, is a little bit limited before this. I've used him on this path before though, this node specifically, against Hulkling I think it was a few times. But yeah, nice, almost clean fight, just a bit of block damage and that missed dex from special 1. And now we've got Nova again with Spidey Supreme on the last fight of Path 5 this time, so not the same as the previous. Again, I need to get my intercepts up, but he's going to be debuff immune this time, so I used another Wags so that I can still parry if I need to. And yeah, this is going to be a much cleaner version of the last fight. It's essentially the same mechanic as far as Spidey's concerned. My intercepts were a lot cleaner, I slipped up a lot less. Yeah, I do enjoy this. Hopefully it will still be viable for after the season, after the tactic ends, if it allows. I did push him red here, I shouldn't have, but I also had an invulnerability boost on, so I didn't mind too much. Thought I might be able to get to 2 bars there with the knockdown, I just missed out, which was fine. We are going to finish him off after eating this special 3 though. I do have protection down still from the previous intercept, so the special 2 is primed and ready to kill him. Really, really pleased with that. And I can't remember how many more fights to go, to be honest. This might be the last one. This is another Deathless King group. This one's rank 2 this time, but being on Boss Island, he's just as chunky. Again, it's not quite, it's increased power gain, so it'd be another unblockable special 2. And we're going back in with Spidey, with Symbiote. This fight I take a lot slower than before. Again, I've got Mordo Synergy. I can't remember if I used Power Start 1 here. I think I did actually. Didn't quite get me to 3 bars this time though, which was a shame. Yeah, much more slower paced fight than the previous one I showed, but I'm going to make it nice and clean still. I just wanted to play a lot more patiently, wait for my power gain. I wanted to bait out that special 1 rather than push him to 2 bars in case he did fire it. He's not really playing ball though. And I'm not going to gain any more power if I don't throw the special 3. So we'll steal some of his power. We've got the weakness and the armor break on now. Again, he's been really, really stingy. He does throw there. Good. I think this special 3 pushes him to 2 bars. We'll find out in a second. Annoyingly, I wanted to fire another special 2 there, that would have finished him off, but the downside of Mystic Dispersion, it can push you a little far. Mystic Dispersion 5, that is. I missed the dex there for the special 2, which I thought would kill me, but the weaknesses on there after the special 2 meant it did absolutely nothing, and we are good to finish him off. So yeah, that was my last fight for the showcase. I might try and do another video soon with some different champs perhaps. Until then, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. Bye!